Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need your help. Please help me welcome into the ballroom our Leader Luncheon Academy honorees of past years, led by our 2019 Leader Luncheon co-chairs, Deborah Nakashima and Marjorie N. Francis, and the 2019 Leader Luncheon Committee.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. In the dark I found, lost hope that I won't.
I'm just so honored and to be up here on stage with this amazing group of women. Look at all this persimmon. These are the women leaders of our community, and they are about to be joined by some more amazing women. Please stand and help me welcome this year's Leader Luncheon honorees.
Getting me through the night. It's my flashlight.
Let's welcome Catherine Inkinen, the founder and advisor at Inkinen and Associates.
I see the shadows long beneath the mountaintop. I'm not afraid when the rain won't stop. 'Cause you light the way, you light the way, you light.
Catherine Matayoshi, Senior Vice President, Government Programs and Account Relationships at HMSA.
I look around me, see sweet love. Stuck in the dark, but you're my
Patricia Tam, Chief Executive Advisor, Hale Kulani Corporation.
kickstart my heart when you shine it in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life. I'm stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me
And
through the
Beth Whitehead, Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer at American Savings Bank. Every year it's just like graduation season when these honorees come walking down that aisle. I love it. All right, let's give them one more round of applause. What an amazing group of women leaders this year. Thank you to all of you for what you have done to make this community a better place. Now, we want to move on and kind of share a little bit about what the YWCA does and show you who and what you are supporting.
Born and raised in Japan, I remember people often telling me what I could do or couldn't do because I was a girl. I realized some people have very interesting image or expectation of how a Japanese woman should act. When I saw the mission of YWCA, it was very fitting to me because I felt like I found a place for me. I don't have to be anybody but myself. My name is Noriko Namiki. I am CEO here at YWCA O'ahu. YWCA is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. So how does a mission look or work in a community? We are community resources. So if you are a woman after combating some life-challenging circumstances, whether it's incarceration or domestic violence, and you want to get back on your feet, we can help you. finding ways to build your skill, to become a leader in the community, we can do that. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, what kind of backgrounds you may have, if you have a goal in your life, probably we can help you.
I think in today's society, we have a lot of negative information out there about women and what they can do, and I think the YWCA helps to lift them up and to let them see how wonderful and great they can be. Success to me is an organization where it's a resource for the entire community, where women can come, have their cup filled, so to say, so that they can go out into society and they can build better communities.
I think many people identify us with Dress for Success, the suiting program. We also have Women's Business Center, the Patsy Teaming Center for Business and Leadership. But we currently offer programs with under 3 program areas: leadership development, health and wellness, and economic advancement. We are a nonprofit organization, but we're not a charity, meaning you have to identify your goal in life. But if you're not sure how to get there, we're your partner in journey.
The YWCA is 119 years in this community. That in itself, I think, demands the attention of the people, the community, and how the YWCA is part of the fabric of the community.
Whether they be women veterans, whether they be women coming out of incarceration, whether they be high school students, or women wanting to start a small business, it's been really important to see the impact that the YWCA has on these programs and what they can do for us in the community. I've seen women get successful, I've seen women obtain jobs, I've seen them climb the career ladder, and that's been really, really a pleasure to watch.
Walking into this building for the first time, I never imagined that I would be running this organization. I am a beneficiary of the mission of YWCA. It's a lot of responsibility, but also it's really a privilege to be a leader here at YWCA O'ahu, because this organization took me to a place where I never imagined I would be. And that's what I see every day with other women who come through our doors. And this is exactly why I get up every single day, get myself ready, and show up to work.
At this time, I just want to make an acknowledgement of some special guests who are here today, including Honolulu Mayor Kurt Caldwell and his wife, Donna Tanoy, who's a former Leader Luncheon honoree and Academy member. If you could please stand to be recognized, we'd appreciate that. I see you over there. The mayor and I spent a lot of time together in studio answering tough questions. We also have City Councilwoman Kimberly Pine and State Representative Sylvia Luke here to join us for this luncheon. So ladies, thank you. Stand to be acknowledged. We so appreciate you being here and supporting the YWCA. Well, through this year's Leader Luncheon, we were able to receive a generous donation from BedMart. Now, they replaced every single mattress for the women in our community-based furlough program and transitional housing program. We want to say thank you to BedMart. For over a century, YWCA O'ahu has improved the status of Hawaii's women and girls through a variety of programs and services. There's really something for everyone at YWCA O'ahu. Now, we would like to welcome the Chief Executive Officer of YWCA O'ahu, Noriko Namiki. Please come on.
Thank you, Grace. Can you please give a big hand to Miss Grace Lee? Thank you, Grace. We really appreciate you coming to us year after year. And also, I know you changed the outfit to be here today, because this morning she was in blue. So thank you so much.
I did. I had to put on the persimmon.
Yes, thank you. And good afternoon, and welcome to the 42nd Leader Luncheon. As many of you know, Leader Luncheon is a venue for us to celebrate some of Hawaii's outstanding women for leading the way in the community, and also their examples of how we women can lead. And we cannot wait for you to meet this year's honorees. But before we begin, let me thank some people in the room, especially the volunteers, Marjorie and Francis, and then also Debbie Nakashima, co-chairs of LeaderLuncheon, please stand up. And then also vice chairs of LeaderLuncheon, please stand up. Thank you so much for your hard work. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to turn this into reality. So thank you so much. And now I'd like you to meet my YWCA Ohana, our staff members who probably are in the back of the room working. And this year's team is also, again, led by our fabulous Director of Fund Development, Cecilia Fong. CC and the YWCA staff members, please stand up and wave. Thank you so much. You know, these people matter to me because without them, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you. So thank you, guys. And then last but not least is our YWCA O'ahu Board of Directors. Please stand up. Thank you. These are the women I count on for their support and guidance. So thank you so much for always making yourself available to help us out. So as you know, as I said, LeaderLuncheon is a place to celebrate women's leadership, but also through LeaderLuncheon, we would like you to know a little bit about what YWCA does under the mission of eliminating racism and empowering women. Many people come to YWCA for different purposes, whether to better their lives or to achieve a goal. And this is why we have opportunities like leadership development from middle school students to mid-career women so that they can advance in their chosen fields. We really want to support them at different stages of their lives. And this is why we do programs like economic advancement, like Dress for Success, and re-entry programs for women coming out of incarceration, so that they can start to support themselves and not rely on others. When you can become self-sufficient and support yourself, it's really easier to make decisions about how you want to live your life. It's very liberating. But running these programs and then also maintaining those facilities we operate in, these are not easy propositions for nonprofit like YWCA. And this is why we turn to the community for support through a venue like LeaderLuncheon. I'm sure you've heard, some nonprofits say, we need your support so that we can, keep our lights on and we can keep our doors open. You may think these are general statements, but there's an element of truth to them. And let me give you an example, because it happened to us last week. I spotted a woman in the lobby of Lanier Care on Richard Street. That's our headquarters building, one morning. She was sitting in the lobby by herself, eating breakfast because our staff got her the food because she really looked like she needed food. As soon as I saw her, I knew who she was because she participated in a re-entry program. She lived at Fernhurst for more than a year, spending 6 months in the community-based work furlough program, and she spent another 6 months and more in a transitional housing program. I saw her struggle. After she landed 2 new jobs, as she left prison, she had a hard time finding affordable housing. So she stayed with us. So finally, she ended up renting a room in a house in Kalihi, living with a few strangers. But now she is in a place having to look for a new job. And that's why she was in the lobby last week. And as soon as she saw me, she said, Noriko, this morning, I was walking to the library, and something in the clouds told me I should go to YWCA. As she put the spoon down, she said again, something in the clouds told me I should go to YWCA today. And that's what she did. And I'm so glad she did. When your doors are open, it's more welcoming. And it makes it easier for people to ask for help. Nobody wants to ask for help. I don't think I'm a big fan of that. But this is why we want to keep our hearts and doors open. And this is why we need your support. And I thank you so much for being with us today. And now, let's take a listen to a story of a woman who keeps coming through our doors because she knows her life can be better at YWCA. Here's Kim's story.
My name is Kim Clark. I was born and raised Mahalo, YWCA side. My family is a pretty tight family. I get along with all my brothers and sisters, my family. The food on a table pot, that was kind of rough. My mom, then we grew up being on welfare. My father was like one backyard mechanic where we never had paycheck to live by. It was whatever he could make out there and welfare. So I got pregnant like when I was 23 years old. The father of the baby. We wasn't really into a relationship and wasn't really serious about being parents. The last 6 months of the relationship is when I found out I was pregnant. Within that 6 months, we got evicted from our property that we was living on. I went to jail for the first time for 6 months. I got out of jail 3 days before I gave birth. But being that I was incarcerated for 6.5 months, I never have a house to move to already. Because we got evicted from the property. So when I got out, it was straight to Hauula Beach Park, where I resided with my daughter. I turned to drugs, and that right there was a start of a new life, I would call them, out there. YWCA would help me out big time. I had some place to land after coming out of jail. We got here for success, for get us clothes that we could use for our interview. And I got here and I look at all the clothes and I was like, nothing will fit me in here. And they're like, yes, you gotta come inside. They got a strong bunch of women here ready for help. Any women, that willing for take that chance to change, to choose a new path in life, just to get out of what they thought they knew, and to learn something different. Life now, I work at Target Alamoana. I actually opened the store at Target. The first 3 months working at Target, I had a blast over there. I didn't memorize most of our co-workers' names, so I started running with, "What's up, friend? Hey, friend." So now, half of the store is that way towards each other. So it's more of a family kind of stuff. It's good fun working there. So work doesn't seem like work. I work at one job that I love. I get along with all my co-workers. I got my own house today. I just got my permit. I'm talking with my daughter. I couldn't thank YWCA enough. I got my life back.
Please welcome Ms. Kim Clark.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Whew. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kim Clark, and that was me after the storm. After the hurricane already went hit. Allow me to give God all the glory, honor, and praise for blessing me with the opportunity to be part of this year's Leadership Luncheon. The privilege to stand here among the greatest women who've paved the way to success. Women that made the impossible possible. While on the subject, any of you women taking applications? I guess this would be the perfect place to start networking. One of the many skills I've learned while being with YWCA. Sometimes it ain't what you know, it's who you know. Strictly brand new to this leader luncheon stuff. Never thought to Google or ask how much people show up to events like this. Tell you one thing, I could get used to this. Today I can stand here and smile thanks to Aloha Medical Mission, Dress for Success, and many other amazing programs YWCA provides. YWCA has given me a chance to choose a new path in life, to turn my mess into a message, to help the next women ready to take on life's challenges. Being around a group of women who will help shape you and guide you to succeed, mold you into the lady you intended to be. There's a superwoman in all of us. All we need is to get somebody up in that White House, and YWCA Global, here we come. If I knew then what I know now, move over, Kurt Cardwell. YWCA has given me the self-confidence to achieve anything I set my mind to. Well, not being mayor, but Speaker of the House, maybe. Standing here today, I feel all the hard work and dedication has finally paid off. Thank you, YWCA, and all you fine people that help keep programs like these thriving, who believed in me more than I believed in myself. The struggle is real out there, folks, and outside the walls of YWCA, women empowering other women is almost unheard of. It's all about being better than. Together, we can change that. I never would have gotten this far without the help of some strong women who don't take no for an answer. In fact, I wouldn't be standing here today. That's right, you know who you are, tough cookies. Thanks to YWCA, I am currently employed. You are looking at the next general merchandise specialist at Target Ala Moana. I oversee everything in the baby department. So all you soon-to-be moms, come check me out. I can help you hook up your baby registry, send you guys off your own gift bag for your sweet bundle of joy. Sorry, I just had to promote my job on Fast One. My dream for YWCA is to have the resources to reach out before the downfall, before the self-worth and loneliness takes its toll, before the road to incarceration seems bright. Together, we can help save others like me. I could list the many ways that YWCA has impacted my life. Don't worry, I can get off the stage already. Got it. I'll close with this. If seeing and hearing my story will help save and change another person's life, then my journey was worth every minute. Thank you, YWCA, for taking on a project like me.
Thank you, Kim. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Awesome. Yeah. That was beautiful. Aloha and good afternoon. My name is Kepola Dudois. I am a full-time resident artist at YWCA O'ahu. I also help the organization develop and deliver programs. Some of you might have seen my work in our historical headquarters building, Laniakea on Richard Street. Last year, I became YWCA Oahu's first artist to decorate the lobby walls thanks to the Watermall Foundation. It was a paper craft I learned while I was incarcerated, the technique called quilling. that gave me an opportunity to grow myself. I learned how to make a single floral petal using thin strips of paper by folding and pinching them to design and create different patterns. That's what I did at the Women's Correctional Center. I kept going to the quilling classes there, but I had no idea that I could do so much with it until YWCA gave me a chance to explore my gift of quilling. As I worked on my first project titled Empowered Women, I grew a lot as a woman and as an artist. I am doing something I never thought I could do in my life. It is important for me to see an organization like YWCA to continue to thrive in our community. It was at YWCA O'ahu I was able to find myself again. It is easier to take a step forward when you are surrounded by people who believe in you. Today is a special day for me because I see Kim up on the stage with me. She is someone that I shared some past with, something we probably do not want to look back on. It was at our downtown building, Laniakea, when I ran into Kim. She was taking a job readiness class to help her for the life after incarceration. We haven't seen each other for 10 years. I gotta tell you something. When we seen each other, the first thing that came out of Kim's mouth was, "Wow, brah, I thought you died." You know, that pierced my inner core, and we kind of giggled and laughed about it. She didn't see me for 10 years. She didn't know I got arrested, got sent to prison for 4.5 years. She didn't know I got released and went to Fernhurst. She didn't know I was building structure in my life. She didn't know I was going to dress for success for my first outing, for my first fitting, for my first job. She didn't know I was doing the YWCA programs. She didn't know I got my life back. She didn't know I got my self-esteem back. She didn't know I got a job. She didn't know the doors of opportunities was opening, and here we are today, sharing this moment with you. Thank you. And some of the women who also have been through the YWCA O'ahu programs, just like us, are here today with us in this room. Yeah, you! Give it up for those ladies. And I can tell you that our lives are so much better today, and we feel so blessed to be part of YWCA O'ahu. Thank you so much for being here today, and may I humbly ask that you will continue to support YWCA, because there are so many women who need help, just like Kim and I did not that long ago. It is possible to rebuild a life, and you see living proof here. On behalf of Kim and myself, and many other women whose lives have been turned around, because of the caring people like you who gave us another chance to plan our future. Thank you very much, and I ask you to please, please keep YWCA O'ahu close in your hearts. Mahalo, and God bless.
Thank you, Kepola. Hi, my name is Emmy Au, and I'm a board member, Mink Alliance alumni, and 2019 Leader Luncheon Vice Chair. Like Kepola, I myself am a beneficiary of the services that the YWCA has to offer. I'm a graduate and a proud Patsy T. Mink Alliance leader. This program has given me the opportunity to meet an amazing network of women also out in the local community. We've grown with one another, supported one another, and advocated for each other as we've navigated through life's challenges in the workplace and at home. We invite you today to join us on a mission, our mission, which is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Today, give the gift of empowerment. Empower yourself, empower a woman or man who is starting their own business, empower a mother who wants a better life for her and her family. Empower a young girl who wants to explore what it means to be a leader. Empower a woman who wants to focus on her wellness. Empower a woman who is trying to get back on her feet and rejoin her community. A donation of $100 can provide a professional suiting and career counseling to a woman just like Kim, who needed a little assistance to help her attain her dreams. A donation of $125 will provide a one-night stay with 2 hot meals and a supportive network to a woman who is looking for a permanent roof over her head but just needs a little time to save enough money. Everyone, please join me in supporting our local YWCA. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can pull out your phones, right here, and text YWCA19 to 243-725. Gabe, I see you on your phone, so I'm hoping that you're texting that. Or you can take the appeal literature that's in front of you, complete the form, and place this in the envelope in the middle of the table. Any amount you can contribute will help us reach our goal of $400,000, or our stretch goal, those of you who are in budget know what I'm talking about, of $500,000. We can make a difference in the lives of so many with just a simple contribution. An investment in the YWCA is truly an investment in our community. If each of us just gives $50, we could raise over $35,000 to support the mission of empowering women and eliminating racism. Please take a few moments to help us continue supporting the YWCA's mission and supporting the great work that's been done for people like Kim and Kepola. Every donation that you make to YWCA O'ahu gives a woman a new chance at life. Thank you for helping us achieve our goal today. We would also love to invite you to a YW Connect Mission tour at the Laniakea facility on Richard Street. This 1-hour dynamic tour highlights YWCA O'ahu's mission, facilities, and amazing programs. The tour is free and includes a catered lunch. What more can you ask for? More information on how to register is in your program. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.
It is now time to meet the YWCA O'ahu's 2019 Leader Luncheon honorees. This is a great group of women. Our first honoree, Catherine Inkinen. In 1992, Catherine Inkinen parlayed years of professional experience in the field of human resources management into the formation of Inkinen and Associates. Now, her professional background includes serving as the top human resource executive for a bank, as well as a 5-star resort hotel. She holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Hawaii at Manoa with a major in travel industry management, and is a past inductee to the College of Business Administration's Alumni Hall of Honor. Kathy's commitment to the success of her clients has resulted in a loyal and expanding base of clients who count on her to carry out executive placement services effectively and discreetly. Let's learn more about Kathy.
Well, today we kick off our profiles featuring this year's YWCA Leader Luncheon honorees.
Yeah, first up, the founder of a recruiting firm that matches employers with top talent to help create a better workforce in Hawaii. Our Lisa Kubota introduced us to Kathy Inkinen.
Most of the girls were going to be nurses or teachers. But I was sort of the rebel always in my life, I think. So I went to the College of Business.
Kathy Inkinen isn't afraid to forge her own path. Her first job was an internship at the luxurious Kahala Hilton. She started in the kitchen and quickly worked her way up.
I was their personnel and training manager at age 24. And we had 550 employees.
She eventually moved on and created a human resource department for Citibank before founding her own executive search firm, Inkinen and Associates.
My colleagues at the bank really thought I was crazy. Many of my friends thought, "What are you doing?"
Taking the huge risk wasn't easy. But now Kathy and her team have completed more than 1,000 placements with employers and executive level candidates.
We create opportunities for candidates to become better in their career by introducing them to great companies who then use the background of newer employees to grow their company.
Kathy has earned awards for her accomplishments and volunteered with several organizations, including the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce, YWCA O'ahu, and the American Red Cross. As part of her commitment to giving back, there's a discount for nonprofit groups looking for a new leader. She recruited Connie Mitchell to head the Institute for Human Services.
I had no experience in the nonprofit world, but somehow she was able to figure out that maybe, just maybe, my skill set and my leadership style would fit with this organization. And I think it's her acumen when it comes to that has been so valuable.
As Kathy looks to the future, she has already found her successor.
Good morning, Kathy Kinnan.
She still remains active in the company as the founder and an advisor. The business shares office space with her daughter, who owns a staffing firm. When Kathy retires, she intends to spend more time with her family and continue her volunteer work to deepen her community connections.
You know, I've had to have other people inspire me and mentor me, and I always felt that I am very appreciative of that and want to give back.
Lisa Kubota, Hawaii News Now.
So I am so humbled to be here today. I hear Kepola and Kim, and you know, I think they really should be the honorees. But I also would like to congratulate Catherine Matayoshi, Patricia Tam, and Beth Whitehead. I'm honored to be part of this prestigious group of women, and many, as you saw, that were previous honorees that comprise our academy. So I was thinking, you know, that perhaps my life's journey started on that auspicious April Fool's Day in 1963 when I received my acceptance from the University of Hawaii. I grew up in Kalihi, Palama, and went to Farrington High School. Yes. To my parents, who were not college graduates, education was very important to them. So now that I was able to, or was going to attend college, they said, as you heard on the photo, are you going to be a teacher or a nurse? All my friends that went that way, and I said, for me, I think I'm going to the College of Business. So I did, and then I remember after about 2 weeks, I came home crying. I hated school. I hated the College of Business. It was just too lonely. At that time, there were, if I had a class of 30 or 40, maybe another girl. Of course, all my friends were in teaching and nursing. So I said I would quit school. I hated it. Then my dad said to me, study hard, and you can be as good as any boy. But when you find a great job, do not ever forget your roots. So of course, I went back to school and decided that I would major in travel industry management. That was not like economics or accounting, but it was a profession that worked with people. So as I tried to heed the second part of my dad's advice, don't forget your roots, I thought it was not forgetting Kalihi or Farrington or my ethnicity. So I tried to be involved in some nonprofits along those lines. But as time went by, I really thought that, you know, roots should be looked in a larger perspective. That for me, it means our Hawaii community at large. So community service is a great way to help others and to improve our own lives. Early in my career, becoming involved with some nonprofits helped me to expand skills in leadership, and then I was able to meet diverse kinds of people, and it opened doors for me. I could also see that as a volunteer, positive results were very gratifying. So in looking back at 27 years in executive search, I've seen a lot of resumes and have concluded that our executives that make time for community are really leading our businesses today. They are their company's role model and help show their employees that they should help others. There are growing numbers of companies also that have their employees spend time in nonprofits on company time, and they pay their employees for doing that. I think that's wonderful. In our firm, we try to do that by asking consultants to select a nonprofit of their choice and to spend time doing that. My successor, Ben and Chetta, and I have very similar values, and we have agreed that Inkinen and Associates will give continue to give nonprofit discounts in our fees. This is our community. We should be responsible to help each other. So in conclusion, though, I'm very happy and personally thank all of you for being here. I'm so grateful to see so many friends, many of whom serve with me still on nonprofits. My Inkinen and Associates and Remedy staff colleagues, and my family, in particular my daughter Christy. She has been inspiring to me, and I thank you all for your support. Let us work together to inspire others to make our special Hawaii community the best it can be. Thank you. Better not forget this. Thank you.
Our next honoree this morning, Catherine Matayoshi. She leads HMSA's account management and sales team and enhances HMSA's strong relationships with Hawaii employers and government payers. And she most recently served as superintendent of the State Department of Education. Her experience also includes advising Hawaii's top business leaders as executive director of the Hawaii Business Roundtable, serving as chief of staff at the Honolulu Board of Water Supply, and leading the State Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs. Let's learn a little more about this Kathy.
Catherine Matayoshi has been working at HMSA for about a year and a half as Senior Vice President of Government Programs and Account Relationships after serving on its board. She's focusing on community engagement and keeping communities healthy.
I think it's sort of that win-win, the classic win-win situation, because if people are healthier, then they're happier, they're able to do more with their families and the community, and it costs you less because they're not going to the doctor, they're not taking medication, they're not going to the hospital.
She led the DOE for 6 years as superintendent. While indicators of success improved during her tenure, she misses the kids the most.
Being able to walk on a campus and talk with the principal and see what the teachers are doing, see the kids really learning and having new opportunities and challenges, that was always really fun.
Matayoshi says she's honored to be recognized by the YWCA.
It was such a surprise, and in part because I was on the YWCA board many years ago, so I've been to many leader luncheons, and I've seen all the women that I admired being recognized, and it seemed like maybe they made a mistake, you know?
But it's no mistake. Matayoshi joins other women leaders more than deserving of this prestigious recognition.
They are very selfless. They have contributed their time, their energy, sometimes their money, their skills and talents to making the community better in so many different ways. The variety of women leaders is tremendous.
She has advice for others who hope to follow in her footsteps.
I'd say take every challenge that comes your way. I've had a lot of different jobs, and I've learned from every single one. And I've learned that sometimes you take a chance and you take a risk if you think that you can make a difference. And with the support of friends and family, you can be successful, you can make a difference.
Mahalo Richardson, Hawaii News Now.
Aloha everyone, and mahalo to the YWCA of O'ahu for this honor. I do still feel like maybe they made a mistake in selecting me. We were asked to kind of think about our experience as leaders and to share some thoughts with you today. And I wanted to share something that was passed down from my grandfather to my father and my father to me and my brothers. He talked about 3 priorities that we should have in our life. First, take care of your health. Your health is the foundation that enables you to live fully. It's one of the reasons why my work at HMSA is so meaningful, and we are really looking beyond illness and looking at being healthy. So here's a shout out to my colleagues at HMSA for everything that you do to help others live ever healthier lives in Hawaii. The second priority is to challenge your mind. Keep learning, be curious, explore, and be bold. Do not be afraid to do something just because you may make a mistake. I know without a doubt that I've learned more from my mistakes than from my successes, and from being willing to reflect and take stock on things that just didn't work out. The third priority is service, taking care of others. Make it a priority to serve. Service encompasses our purpose. Service is about the courage to do what is right. Remember that something worth doing often meets adversity. Service is about fighting for positive change and fighting to empower others. Persevere and be resilient. In my experience, one of the best ways to help others achieve and fulfill their potential and purpose, is to help others. A few years back, Keith Hayashi, who is here today, principal at Waipahu High School, asked if I could attend a meeting with Manny Cabral, then Chancellor of Leeward Community College. He was excited about something called early college and asked if I thought he should do it. We both said, go for it. Go for it. We'll help. We'll support you. He did, and that program has blossomed, is in multiple high schools and community colleges across the state. At the end of this 2019 school year, 10 Waipahu High School students graduated from Leeward Community College with their associate degree as well as their high school diploma. They completed college coursework that began 4 years ago, and they joined 12 other students who in 2018 also obtained their AA and their high school diploma. Teach, inspire, encourage people to lead, and there will be positive change. Serve your community with integrity, put others before yourself, and celebrate with your friends and family the success of all. As a lifetime member of the YWCA of O'ahu, I believe the YWCA's mission and its programs showcase all of these priorities. The pool and fitness courses keep the body healthy. The classes are there to engage your mind and engage the community. And the spirit of service through places and programs like Fernhurst and Kokokahi. The YWCA mission to eliminate racism and empower women and girls is more relevant today than ever before. In these times, we need to remember and honor this organization that has remained focused on this fundamental mission for so many years. I'm so humbled to be part of this wonderful group of women recognized by this Leader Luncheon. So mahalo again to all who have helped and supported me over the years, my family, my friends, my colleagues. Mahalo and aloha.
All right, we got our next honoree. Her name is Patricia Tam. She is the Chief Executive Advisor at Halekulani Corporation. And Patricia is responsible for assisting the company's COO in all aspects of its hotel entities, the Halekulani Waikiki Park, maintaining and developing its unique and guest experience-oriented arts and cultural partnership programs. That's really important. And has become a vital part of the globally renowned Halekulani brand over the years, and has won national acclaim in 2017 with the Americans for the Arts BCA 10 Award. Patricia has been a member of the Halekulani legacy for more than 35 years. Let's learn more about Patricia.
Well, after working at Dole Cannery for a couple of summers, Patricia Tam eventually worked her way up the corporate chain to the very top. And today, as Halekulani's chief executive advisor, she has led the way for women to break through the glass ceiling. Grace Lee introduces us to this YWCA honoree.
Growing up in Honolulu, Patricia Tam discovered cooking in a home economics class as a student at Sacred Hearts Convent. It did not go well.
I couldn't scramble eggs to save a soul. We burnt the toast, the muffins wouldn't rise.
But it was through food that she got her entree into the industry of high-end hotels. As a young adult, Tam started working at a local bakery, and she became the pastry chef in the 1970s at the Royal Lahaina Resort in Ka'anapali, where her talent and dedication to the hotel were noticed.
I was very, very fortunate. The general manager of the property saw some potential huge management opportunity for me and then put me on a hotel training program for the company.
After getting trained, Tam started working at the Halekulani in 1983 before it even opened to the public. She was the hotel assistant manager. Then she was the director of rooms before becoming the acting general manager. They made that position permanent for her at their sister property, the Waikiki Park Hotel, before she became the GM at Halekulani, the first woman ever to hold that position at a 5-star hotel in Hawaii.
A lot of firsts for not only myself, but I felt kind of responsible to do a good job, because if I failed, then maybe it is supposed to be that way, right? Maybe it is supposed to be a male-dominated industry.
But she showed them all by not only excelling at leadership, but winning the coveted award, Hotelier of the World. She was also listed as one of the top 200 most powerful women in travel. But her most prized award happened after Hurricane Iniki struck, affecting hotels across the state. Short-staffed, she jumped in, operating one of the hotel's complicated machines.
One of the staff got up and gave me an award for Best Dishwasher of the Year. And I kept that award because I thought that signified for me, that embodied everything I think a leader should be, and that is taking care of business.
And that's why the YWCA is honoring Patricia Tam for her leadership as a woman, a trailblazer, and
I'm Chief Executive Advisor, as official title, but Jack of all trades.
Grace Lee, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Grace. Well, first disclaimer, I want to say, basically, I heard the word powerful. I don't know about powerful. I still have to take out the trash every 3 nights, and my sisters are here to be the witness for that. But thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. And I wanted to, first of all, sincerely appreciate and thank you to the YWCA for this unbelievably precious recognition. It's among colleagues that I totally respect and admire, the 2 Kathys and new colleague friend, Beth Whitehead. And the only thing I regret is I never like to be the 3rd one up, because they have such incredible biographies and incredible resumes and incredible careers. But I wanted to thank you to the YWCA for allowing me this opportunity to be able to say something that speaks to the empowerment of women that I've been all about since I started working over 45 years ago. A special shout out to my Halekulani Corporation, who has given me this 36-year opportunity to provide other people opportunities in the workforce of this tourism industry that they would not normally have. I'm more proud of the fact that I'm a local person that got an executive job as opposed to just being a female. So I like to always bring that story on top of everything. A big shout out as well to my 2 sisters who are here today. They're they never believe what kind of job I have, because they don't think I do a great job anyway at home. But and the only person missing is my 97-year-old mother, who's at home with my niece is taking care of home right now. So I just wanted to thank my 2 sisters for being here as well today. So today, my words are supposed to inspire leadership and encouragement. But in order to make these words relevant, I think for me it is critically important to know thyself. First and foremost, you need to assess your capabilities, present and future, maximize your strengths, identify your areas for improvement, and just as important, check with others to see if this is truly your reality. Sometimes I think, and as others have been on the podium earlier, storytelling is sometimes the best way to ponder and to spark and stimulate seeds of creativity and inspiration. So here's one of my oldest childhood memories that I kept for over 6 decades. In kindergarten at Sacred Hearts Convent, and I see Betty White out in the audience. I met her earlier. I love Betty, and I graduated from Sacred Hearts Academy, so shout out to Betty as well. In kindergarten, 5 years old, I was chosen to be the class valedictorian at graduation. Did you see the picture? I'm so proud of that. I know. What an honor. And I recall that I was very shy, so this was really an outside first challenge for me in the world of work and school. I spent hours memorizing and practicing my speech at home to anyone who would listen, to the point where even my younger siblings were mimicking me. Of course, that day, I was nervous. It was challenging. But after the speech, I still remember that wonderful feeling, and now we would call that accomplishment. My mom and dad were in the audience, my sisters and my brother. And right then, from that age, I realized that I did love to speak to an audience if I was prepared and had something important to say. So in retrospect, I really believe that this kind of realization was a driving force in motivating me to always do the best I could do, especially in school, whether it was being on the honor roll, getting the best grades, be chosen for class monitor, and to mentor and help assist my fellow classmates. I didn't know it then, but all that helped to fashion my work ethic to this day. There are so many stories, as we all have, my fellow honorees who I totally respect and love, and others who have had this award before. But I think we all come to the same conclusions, and we say the same words in different ways. Lesson learned: before one can be inspiring and know about empowerment, the question should first be to understand how well you know yourself. You may have hidden talents and skills that could only reveal themselves if you understand truly what you are all about and what you want to become in the future. I think everyone wants to be the best they can be at home or work. So here are my own guiding principles, which I learned and nurtured over decades in the workforce. Work hard. Any kind of work can be a learning experience. Listen and learn. Good judgment and decision-making is the best result of this skill. Don't be afraid to take on new and challenging roles. As witnessed, I had a cake decorating class at this is my only memory of YWCA from 10 years old. I had a cake decorating class I took for a summer. I flunked. Later on, 30 years later, I own a bakery and I was a pastry chef. So you can put that story together however you want. Don't be afraid to show consistency and discipline in whatever you do. Always do best practice. Always have values and principles. They will drive you and guide you throughout your life and will provide you empathy and humanity in whatever you do. And lastly, whatever you think you are capable of doing, just know that you can always do better. So thank you very, very much, not only to the YWCA, but my staff and colleagues from Halekulani and Halekulani Corporation, Halepuna, as well as all my friends and colleagues that I see today. It's just incredibly heartwarming to see the support that they've not only provided me, but the association as well. So thank you very, very much.
final honoree today is Beth Whitehead. As Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of American Savings Bank, Beth Whitehead champions ASB's employee experience with the goal of creating a great place to work. In her role, she develops programs and benefits that provide opportunities for teammates to fulfill their careers within the bank. Beth recently spearheaded the brand new ASB campus, a building that in 2019 brought together approximately 650 teammates from 5 locations on Oahu in an innovative, collaborative workplace. It looks really nice there. Beth also oversees ASB Community Advancement Department and is a tireless advocate for this community. Let's learn more about Beth.
For more than 40 years, the YWCA's Leader Luncheon has honored extraordinary women who've made a difference in our community.
That's right. Our final honoree is the Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of American Savings Bank.
Ashley Nagaoka introduces us to Beth Whitehead.
I am a farmer's kid. The work ethic that you have on a farm is something that I still have today.
Originally from a small town in central Arkansas, Beth Whitehead says she learned early on the importance of hard work. But because she didn't enjoy the daily farm chores in the hot sun, as a kid, she set a simple but important career goal for herself.
It was a big career ambition I had, to have a job indoors with air conditioning.
Not only does Whitehead have AC, she also has her own thermostat in her office at the brand new American Savings Bank campus in downtown Honolulu. As the company's executive vice president and chief administrative officer, she spearheaded the project to create an open, collaborative, and dynamic work environment for more than 650 employees.
There you go. Okay, 2 players, go.
Or as the bank calls them, teammates.
Something that when I'm really old, I'm going to drive by and look at the building and think, hey, I had a part of that, and I think I'm going to be proud of it for the rest of my life.
Always sporting her signature Converse Chucks, and occasionally in costume, Whitehead has been overseeing the employee experience at ASB for the last 11 years. The bank has received both local and national honors for being one of the best places to work.
That's amazing. A bank in Hawaii is one of the best banks to work for in America. And so for me, the coming to work every day of how do we make sure our teammates not only take great care of our customers, but we're taking great care of them.
She also created leadership development programs within the company, one designed specifically for women.
Which is really about women supporting women. That's sometimes something we forget to do. We get caught up and we don't really nurture each other. And so really just a place that we can have conversations about what things are unique to women leaders. How do we lift each other up and help each other?
Outside of work, Whitehead is active in the community, serving on different boards, including Helping Hands, the Girl Scouts of Hawaii, and the Hawaii Theater Center.
The opportunity to live in Hawaii and to become ingrained in the local community here was something that I just was surprised by how much I loved, and it's home now.
Ashley Nagaoka, Hawaii News Now.
Thanks, guys. You know, at ASB, we actually pay extra if you're louder, so it's part of our employee benefits. You know, this is crazy. Thank you so much. I'm so very honored to be here. What amazing co-honorees I have to. I've had the chance to really get to know them, and they're all remarkable women. As my video says, I'm a farm girl. I'm from a small town in Arkansas, England, Arkansas. I actually think there's more people in this room than are from my hometown. Last week I visited my hometown, and I spent the afternoon with my 93-year-old grandmother. She decided to tell me stories about me as a kid. That was kind of interesting. One story she told me was that I loved to wander off and get lost from my mother when we would go shopping in Little Rock. Now, for us, Little Rock was a really big city. So frequently, a voice would come over the PA and say, "Would the parents of Beth Whitehead please come get her?" My grandmother said she thought it was because I had a big sense of adventure. I remember getting lost in a department store before, And I can remember as I would wander around, I would glance back and I could see my mom. And I had a sense of confidence as long as I could see her. But the moment she was out of my sight, I would panic. So I would find a salesperson, tell her I was lost, and then the PA announcement would come. After many of these PA announcements, probably more than my mother could stand, she came up with a plan. Find the door we came into, walk back to it, find the back right corner of the store, go there and stay, and she would find me. It brought me a great sense of confidence to know that I could wander around freely and there was always the back right corner. That became a safety net for me. You can explore the whole world if you have a back right corner. Today we celebrate the amazing work that the YWCA does. As you've seen by the ladies that spoke earlier, in fact, I really wanted to cede my time to you, Kim and Keikoa, because you're amazing. But the programs that the YWCA provides, that's a very important back right corner for people who need it. And the events they host, just like this one, where we get to meet other women leaders and hear other ladies' stories and be inspired by what they've done, it really creates a sense of community for us that people don't often know you need. There are many people in this room that I met when I originally moved to Hawaii that have been very important to me in my career, who have supported me, given me a nudge when I needed it, called them up, asked for advice. So for all of you, I'd like to thank you for being my kama'aina back right corners. This month marks my 11th year at American Savings Bank. And I am so proud, ASB teammates, to represent you today. You guys give back right corner new meaning, and you give loud, crazy welcomes new meaning. And I really appreciate and thank each one of you. This recognition for me is really because of ASB. It's because of the work that ASB does in our community, the importance that we place on being involved in the community and at ASB. And so to me, this award is about all of us. And I'm really proud to stand here and accept it today on behalf of ASB. I'm also incredibly proud that we have a new building with a lot of new, bright, shiny, clean corners. And I'm really thankful that we've all moved into our new facility. My mom and dad are here today from England, Arkansas. Yeah. I probably still don't even know all the sacrifices that you guys made for me, but I'm eternally grateful for all the support that you've given me. I also know it was probably tempting on many occasions to not answer those PA calls of, would the parents of Beth Whitehead please come get her? Your life might have been more peaceful, but you always answered the announcement, and I know you always will. So thanks for being here. My niece Mallory is here today too, and she's in college. So she is joining many of you young ladies in this room who have dreams and aspirations. Oh, thank you. And she's a really great waitress. She, joins, so many of you are in this room meeting people and you have aspirations. And the thing I have to say to you young ladies is, if I can stand here right here today, you can do anything you dream of. And so you go, girl. My wife, Linda, I don't really know where to begin, but she is an honorary ASB teammate, and this recognition is as much yours as it is mine today. Your back right corner is as deep as the deep end of the ocean. All of us in this room play important roles in others' lives. Sometimes we don't even know it. And I know that I've been incredibly inspired by being here today. The stories of the work the YWCA does, the stories of women who have really overcome much greater odds than I could even imagine. And it's inspiring to me to hear these stories. I hope that all of us leave here with a renewed commitment to help our community and support each other and to be the back right corner for each other. So since there's a very appropriate Elvis head of me, I thought I would just end by saying thank you very much.